What's up guys, and welcome back on a new video on my channel. Of course, as always, the daily video today is about to be released, of course, and you're seeing it right now, so it's not about to be released, it's released at the moment. But let's say only before we start the video, today we're going to talk about tennis, of course, and we're going to talk about Rafael Nadal. Before we start with the video, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. We are at 188 subscribers. There are still plenty of days before the French Open, exactly 20, and we just need 12 subscribers. So yeah, it's free to hit that subscription button. Just hit it, and I will have one more subscriber, and that will make me incredibly happy, first of all, and it's going to be fantastic, and I will forever be grateful for your support, as always. Then I also invite you also to share the video, of course, to all of your friends, parents. Not only parents, I conform myself with parents in Italy, but let's say family. Parents are only mother and father. In Italy, it's the whole family. But in English, it's not like this. I have to remember that, because if I don't remember that, then I just do bad things, or at least on this specific circumstance. Okay, then also leave a comment, of course, and subscribe to the channel of the other guys, such as me, the man of the sports, Alessio Tennis, Tanta Passione Tennis, also him, Tanta Passione also is another great, I think, content creator. I really appreciate him. He always has fantastic words for me. I get a little bit emotional, I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie, but it's part of the journey. Today, we're going to talk about Rafael Nadal and this current situation. I know that the videos in English are always about the same thing. The last one was about Rafa and Alcaraz I still can't pronounce it that well. So I will only say that's easier to pronounce. The last video was about Rafael Nadal and Carlos Alcaraz. I compared them at 19 years old, was about comparing Nadal and Alcaraz 19. Then the video before was about Big Three coming to an end. All of this stuff, usually those were the topics of the video. Today it's about Rafa Nadal, and it's about his chances to win the French Open for a record extending 15th time. We will see. We will see if he will play. Honestly, I doubt that he'll play. I think that he won't play at the end because he's still recovering. He still doesn't have the level to play. Honestly, I didn't have the chance to see him at the Rafa Nadal Academy. Didn't have the chance to see him training properly. But, just from the clips, that are a few clips, by the way, just by the few clips that I saw on the internet, that some guys posted them on YouTube, I mean, those training were possibly at 50-60% of Nadal's level. I mean, I don't think that he's ready to even play a challenger event as of today. I don't think that Rafa is ready physically, mentally probably is, but technical wise, physically wise, I mean, he's 36, turning 37 in less than 1 month. So yeah, it's difficult. His situation, honestly, it's really difficult and really concerning. I don't think that we will see Nadal back before next year, and you will say why before next year, and we will also give reason, of course, why I think he will be back next year. So I will also say to you that I've seen an article from a newsletter, I don't remember from which one specifically, but I just saw an article about one doctor that said, that was an expert about the injury that Nadal picked up in Melbourne at the Australian Open. He was an expert about that parts of the body and not to recover from those kind of injuries. And he said that it is curable, of course. He said that. But he said that it could require 2 surgeries and it would take a lot of time to recover, in order to recover. I don't know if it's going to be Nadal's case. Also, the doctor mentioned that Nadal wasn't one of his patients, but he is an expert, so he may be right. I think that if he isn't going to take a surgery, he still is going to be back. At least we still have to wait, I think, at least until next year. I believe that, as I've said in my previous videos, that Nadal will be back in next year's Monte Carlo. I don't see him coming back before than that date, honestly, my personal opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, hopefully I'm wrong, because that would mean that we don't see Rafa in action for more than 1 year, and after seeing him in action in Monte Carlo, possibly Madrid, I don't think he will play even Barcelona, because he knows that he isn't able even to play. I think that as of today, Nadal isn't even able to play a tournament. It's so sad, but it's all of the legends, or not all, but all the legends that continue playing professional tennis when they were at their late 30s and early 40s. I mean, we could take as an example Federer. Roger didn't have a lot of injury. He was nearly injury free in his whole career. That one was one of his biggest qualities also, apart from his tennis game, from his mental strength, for continuing playing tennis, for his physical strength also, because a guy who's 38 and who turns 38 in less than 1 month and plays a 5-hour match and deals the level. I mean, I knew that he choked that one probably, but still, physically wise, that was really something incredible from the Swiss maestro. Also, Roger, who's one of the most fit players of all time, him and Novak are in that debate, started being injured all of the times from 38 onwards and retired with 41. In 2020, Federer played only the Australian Open. Then the next season he played, I think, 4 events, unless, if I remember well, he played in Doha for his return. Then he skipped Miami, he skipped Monte Carlo, Madrid. He came back for Geneva, played in Switzerland before the French Open, of course, in Geneva. Then he played in the French Open, then he played in Allen, then he played in Wimbledon. Then the last event of his career was the Laver Cup. Yeah, that's an history that probably and maybe will happen to Nadal, I think. It's already happening, because Nadal is certainly going to drop from the top 100 if he doesn't play at Roland Garros, because he's going to drop like 150 spots, something like that. Currently he's at world number 15, 16, 14, I don't even know well, because the guy is so inactive in the last months. It's not his fault, of course, but it is what it is. It's sad to see Rafa struggling this much, legend of the game. Every time that he steps on a tennis court, it's gold for the fans, because I think he's one of the most attractive player, one of the most engaging player for the crowd. He always delivers, he always has the right attitude. He's an inspiration for all of the people who want to play tennis, and also for me. I've always said my idol is Federer, and will always be Federer, but Nadal is more inspiration to me than Federer, honestly. So I like a lot Nadal. Hopefully he comes back as soon as possible. What I believe personally, I believe, as I've said, that he will go through a long recovery story. I don't think that he will be back. Long rehabilitation. I don't think that, as I said, that he will be back at the French Open. No chance for that. I believe he won't be back at Wimbledon. I think. Why should he play even Wimbledon on a surface like grass? Then there is the US Open. Yeah, maybe we'll play there, but still, I don't see him having chances. Or at least as of today, I would say that he has no chances at any Grand Slam. Then there is the next season, the Australian Open, where he injured himself this year. And then there is the late season, his last stop, I believe. His last stop to do something big, to play good. I don't even think that he can win titles anymore, or at least big titles. Even smaller titles, it seems difficult for me. And he has really, really too much injuries. His physical condition is not there anymore. His physicality isn't there anymore. His physical strength, resistance, endurance isn't there anymore. He plays one match, he gets injured. He plays 0.1 match, he gets injured. That's the problem there, because he's not able to play more than this. what Nadal is doing right now is literally, I don't want to say that he is pushing himself to the limit physically, but it's the truth. Because as of today, Nadal can't hold more than 1 or 2 matches in 2 days. That's the fact. When Rafa said at the press conference of the Australian Open before starting the tournament this year, in the last days is the most that I've trained in my career since 10 or 15 years, that's really concerning because it means that he can't find his rhythm. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. At 36, a guy who's won everything, you don't expect him to train 3-4 hours a day. You expect him to train, I don't know, 1 hour. It's even a lot, I think. That's it. That's really concerning for me. I don't think that Rafa is going to be back soon, as I've said. The main topic of this video was, of course, if that was going to be something like, will Nadal be able to return for the French Open? Now we're going to talk about his chances to win the French Open. I saw the bets and the thing that 5, it's incredibly high. I just want to say that. Nadal at 5, I mean, it's 20%. I don't want to say that it's impossible in my opinion. But I don't care about that stuff. What I want to say is that he isn't competitive anymore. I believe, even on clay, even at the French. And I think he won't play also for another reason apart from the injury. Because if he plays this year the French with no preparation, although I know that there is also the week before the French Open in Geneva and Lyon, but even if he plays that, I don't think it still won't be, of course, optimal preparation for the French, that's for sure, but I don't think it's going to be ready for the French. That's what I believe. And in which conditions he's going to play? Think about this. A guy who's going to turn 37 years old in less than 1 month. Think about this. Analyze this. I analyze right now the circumstances Nadal is in. He's turning 37 in less than 1 month. He could potentially play the French Open with no preparation. He would most probably play the French Open with no preparation. Best of 5. So the worst thing ever, it would be better at best of 3. And on clay, the most physical surface. That's the worst circumstance possibly for Nadal to be back. Then, it's not the worst, of course, because we're talking about his best slam where he dominated. But I think that you understand my point. Best of 5, imagine Nadal going to even a third, but going to a 4th set or a 5th set. It seems impossible to me. And also another thing, the draw is going to be, if he doesn't play Rome and he plays at the French Open, it's going to be like 14 or 15 in the seeding. He could potentially face already the big guys in the 3rd round. He could potentially face number 1 to 4 seeds in the 3rd round. Do you imagine, as of today, Rafa Nadal playing against Djokovic at the French? Not Djokovic, because also Djokovic is struggling a bit, but I think Romy will eventually find a little bit of form against Alcaraz. That would be unfair towards Nadal legacy. To not be competitive, I think that he won't play also for this reason. Because he knows, as of today, I think that if he goes to the French, he would just unfairly, just because of his condition, get like 6-3, 6-2, 6-2 from a normal guy. Even Karatsev, some guys like that. That would be really, really unfair thing towards him, towards Rafa. And I actually hope that he doesn't play the French if he isn't in the condition to be at least competitive. If he loses, okay, but in a great way, not 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, that he just isn't playing on court, just isn't on court. That's what I hope. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below with your opinion. That's mine. And as I've said at the start of the video, subscribe to the channel. Only 12 subscribers left until we reach 200 subscribers, which is a big milestone, big milestone for me. And thank you very much. We'll see you later.